What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA football opening lines show. If you want to watch the entire show, hit the link on the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Let's move on to Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 15th ranked Iowa State, 6-2, 6-1 in the Big 12 at 20th ranked Texas, 5-2, 4-2 in the Big 12. Austin, Texas, 74 Fahrenheit, scattered thunderstorms, 7 miles per hour. Texas opening up as 2-point favorites. That's moved to 1 in a couple books. And these are Bet365 openers, and they come out late. They watch the other books and then move. This total is sitting at 59.5. Both teams coming off 3 straight wins. Iowa State coming off 45-0 home beatdown at Kansas State. Texas's game versus Kansas last week was postponed due to positive COVID cases for Kansas. They were last seen in their 17-13 home victory over West Virginia. Big 12 action here. John Ryan, let's start with you. Iowa State, Texas.
This is a great matchup, to say the least. And for people who have listened to the show week by week, you know I liked Iowa State since day one of this season. And I also like Texas to have a much better defense preseason than what they've been putting on display. Nevertheless, this is a play that I will make on Iowa State this week. And they're in a whole bunch of positive situations from a team situation standpoint entering this game. And they are also in a 73% winning system over the last 5 years. You play on any team, in this case it's Iowa State. That's a good rushing team, averaging 200 or more rushing yards per game, and facing a defense that has been a little bit suspect stopping the run and allowing an average of 150 or more rushing yards per game. After the 7th game of the season, so the second half of the season, you make these bets. And after Iowa State, in this case, allowed 100 or less rushing yards in their last game. So quite a few parameters there, only because you're talking about team average ranges. But this is one that is done extraordinarily well. It's the first time this situation has come up on this betting system this year. The last 3 seasons, it's gone 25-10. So without naming the quarterbacks and all that kind of stuff, I'll let the rest of the guys see if they agree with me.
Well, let's start with Nolly Knows. What do you think of John's look?
I don't have a look for the side. I agree with him that this is going to be a great game. It will be a battle. I agree with him there, definitely. This is 2 teams that I feel they match up pretty well. And you've seen it's indicative of, what you saw last year, 23-21 game. And I feel that we're going to get something similar to that. And, I mean, that kind of gives it away what I like. I like the under here, you talk about the – excuse me. Talk about the offense for Texas. They rely heavily on Sam Ehlinger to produce most of their yards, albeit through the air, obviously, but even through the ground, 38 more rush attempts than the nearest guy next to him. He's produced pretty well, but his numbers are down this year. His advanced numbers are down. You talk about the deep ball. He's only completing close to, I believe it was 30-some percent, down almost 20% from last year. The deep ball threat is something that's huge. And what I saw last year in this matchup was that Iowa State took away the run. They weren't able to do anything on the run. And it's 2 similar teams from last year. They know what to expect from Sam Ehlinger. He rushed 12 times for 27 yards. As a team, only rushed for 54 total yards. And that's where they get going. They got to be able to run the ball. On the other side, for Iowa State, their defense, their rushing defense has been very good on the year, only giving up 104 yards rushing for the year, and that's a big thing. But you talk about Texas being the lower ranked team here is some that they've always won. You talk about their coach, and I don't know, it's a tough spot. They're coming off a bye, so it's tough for me to pick a side. But to me, I just see the under. And you talked about possible thunderstorms as well. Might be able to get a little bit of rain to help us out. But my play's on the under here.
The under for Nolly Knows. CMac, you got to move here. Iowa State, Texas.
I'd go with John. I mean, I've been on Iowa State too with Purdy and Hall at running back. I'd go with them. I'd take the 2. This might go higher, and Texas could go to 3. We'll see. I don't think so. I don't know. These big schools could get backed. It's real early. The line's coming out. But I would be I like Iowa State. I've been on them all year. I think they got a great defense. Texas has been a little bit better defensively. Nolly was saying against the run. But I think this is a good game. And I'd grab the points and maybe a little bit Iowa State money line. Should be a close one.
There you have it. We have John Ryan, CMac on Iowa State. Nolly knows on the under. Jason C, Viper, NB, Arthur Meade Jr., Reclaim James, Proud Babylonian, Gerald Martinez, Christy Thornton, Real Jolly Roger. Great group. We got Nutflush Allen with us as well.